Welcome to a day in the life. Usually we're up 5 in the morning, getting things ready for school, getting things ready for the day, and now maybe I'll make another video showing you specifically that. But right there, that's the gym. I just walked out of the gym, put in about 45 minutes. I used to do more, but I have so many responsibilities now as a real estate agent that, you know, I just go in, knock out what I need to do. I'm gonna go change into my superhero uniform, and that's all paperwork of stuff I need to get. So right around 8:15, 8:30, I usually have a morning showing, either home for sale to show a buyer client, I'm sorry, or a home for lease for a prospective tenant. I work with tenants as well, help them get into their Katie homes. My services are of no cost to them, so it really helps narrow the gap when it comes to search, when it comes to communicating with, perhaps the landlord has a listing agent, right? So it helps narrow the gap in communication when it comes to getting something done, and it usually reduces your time from looking for a lease by about 40-50%. So if you can cut your time in half in finding a lease, especially if you're in a hurry, right? Let's say you just landed in the area, or it's your first time leasing a home, you know, having somebody to help you out it's amazing. I had somebody help me. So we just pulled up to the first showing of the day. I believe for today, we only have about 4 or 5 stops, but we do have a few meetings and meetings with some builders about some other stuff. So it's not going to be all showings. It might be just other real estate things that we work on for our clients. So pulling up to the first showing. For every showing, I'm about 10 minutes early. Close the door behind me. And I want to make sure that the house shows well, right? All the lights are turned on, the natural light is on. I want to showcase how the home would feel once moved in as best as possible. Obviously, I mean, there's no furniture, there's no TV, there's nothing really homey about it. But, you know, you do what you can with what you have, right? So this is the master, the primary bedroom. Interesting. There's no light source here. So it's all natural light. I have to put a lamp in a corner somewhere. Smoke alarm's been taken off. Oh. I mean, this is very well maintained. Yeah, definitely well maintained. Good sized closet. Ooh, nice. I like that. Good touch. You don't have to find it in the dark. Okay. Okay, so, again, no light fixtures in this house. Everything is natural light, which, I mean, everybody has a preference, but that's so interesting. Looks right. Probably a shower rod. Tenants have to bring a shower rod. This is a rental, by the way. Okay, again, you don't have to find that in the dark. But again, I think this might be the only one. Oh, this is the only one that has a light. So, okay. This is 3 bedroom, 2 full bath. I think that went well. So let's get back in the car. Let's get going with the rest of our day. Look at our appointment book. See how many other things we have to go do before we're able to have breakfast. So I given myself, because I used to be a personal trainer and a nutritional coach, and I understand my relationship with food. So we're on our way to one of my listings. I had somebody, an agent from a different brokerage that was showing it to their client, saying that they're having a tough time getting into the house. The reality is it's a little cold, so they're having a tough time. There's like a little knob that they're having a hard time turning. So I'm going to go over there and open the door for them, because that's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I want to get this sold, right? But at the end of the day, whether you're a buyer's agent, seller's agent, a listing agent, we're just trying to get it done for the clients, you know? So leaving the office, picked up some paperwork that we needed for some things that we're gonna get done today. And I have to walk through another property to make sure that it's ready for photography. So that's really going to help sell this one.
Continue to be some pretty tight inventory for a while. It really depends on the area. It is tight inventory. The absurd offers, 20, 30,000.
Continuing education class and one other showing. Now I'll spend about an hour and a half updating my database. So my database is essentially a group of people, properties, names, addresses that I get in contact with every week in order to either list their home, or I have a database that are just buyers. So it just really depends on the day of the week. Actually, on a different video, I'll show you my schedule. But I have a schedule where one day I'll work on updating my buyers list, updating a different day I'll update my seller prospects, and then on those same days I'll work on reaching out to them, touching base with them. So the thing about the prospective sellers list is the ones that I work with are mostly for sale by owner, for rent by owner, or they're neighbors. So I don't expect to call and do a hard close like, oh, you gotta sell now, man, the market's so hot. I'll do a little bit of that. That'll be like 10% of my conversation, but it's essentially just following up, catching up. I also get to have a midday coffee, which, I wake up at 4 or 5 sometimes. A midday coffee gives me like an extra kick so that late at night I'm able to give my family that same energy that I'm giving my business. So that's what we're working on right now. And this is, as a newer agent, about a year and change in, this has worked. And right now I'm just trying to figure out ways to multiply myself, and we'll see. Things to do better, things to refresh upon, like education, like you saw earlier. But that's the game, is just go. And then enjoy the spoils. About an hour and a half updating my database, and I have to go walk a property with a builder that it might be falling out of contract with somebody else, and I have a buyer who is very interested in it. So very last minute we had to run. I was going to meet with him later about a similar one, but if this one becomes available, then... So that's the other thing that I've learned about real estate is plan to not have a set schedule that you can follow religiously, but do have a set schedule that you honor when it comes to lead generation, because that's really all you're doing is lead generation. You're making connections, you're talking to people, you're networking, you're doing all these things simultaneously. You can't say, unless you're like in property management, that your days are going to look, every Tuesday is going to look the same as the previous Tuesday. It's just, it's improbable. It's improbable. Maybe there's somebody out there that's done it, but even my mentors, I look at their daily. So on a typical day, right after doing some virtual showings and getting some information from new construction and salespeople, and shaking hands and meeting new construction people, just because a lot of clients, that's what they're asking for, and I want to make sure that I'm staying on top of things. Typically what I would do is I'd go back home, make a few phone calls to some of the prospects for see if there's people that are interested in selling their homes. But on a Friday, I'll call it a day a little earlier, and that way what I can do is spend a little time with family, get everybody situated. My kids, we're a blended family, so my kids go with their other parents during the weekend. We keep them Monday through Friday. And then what we'll do is send them off, take them to their martial arts, send them off, make sure that they have everything, check in with the other parents, make sure that they have everything they need, because we're the ones that are also providing financially. And yeah, so I say all that to say that the rest of the day you're not privy to, but thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll take you on a wilder ride next time.